Okay. But what about the creator? Do you believe in a higher power, something that created the universe?
I do believe in God. Yeah.
Okay, you believe in God. Excellent. You believe that God is not like us. He's not a human being. He's not a man, a woman.
I believe God is like more powerful.
More powerful than us. He's not a human being, right? Okay, excellent. So that's what Muslims believe. You know, a lot of people in the Christian tradition today, the mainstream Christianity, believe that Jesus is God, like a human being is God, right? You have the Trinity, Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. The three are one, right? You don't believe that God is a human being. We don't believe that God is a human being. Believe that Jesus, Moses, Noah, Abraham, all of these people are prophets and messengers. Meaning that they are people that Allah chose, God chose, to send into the world, to people, to tell us about the Creator, to tell us about our purpose in life, to tell us why we exist here, what's going to happen to us when we die. So what do you think about this idea of prophets?
I've never really thought too much about it.
Yes. Okay, let me ask you this. If you create something, or you bring something into existence, or let me ask you a different question. You say you believe in a Creator. How can we know about the attributes of the Creator? How can we know more about God?
Kind of like,
because a lot of people say we believe in God and they have different ideas of God, right? So how can we know about God? How can we learn more about the Creator?
I guess reading.
What are we going to read? Excellent. But what are we going to read? Scriptures.
Yeah.
Okay, so where does scripture come from? Messengers, right? So what you're indirectly going to the place I was telling you about, which is the idea of messengers. Because look, if someone says, I learn about God by myself, I learn about God by myself, you learn about God, how many gods do we have? You're going to have a feminine God, a donkey God, a monkey, you get the point. People will start making up ideas of God by themselves, and there will be infinite numbers of creators. But if God chooses from us, from amongst the human beings, a man, a human like you and me, and then he gives him revelations, but he doesn't only give him revelation, he gives him a miracle, he gives him a sign, something that he can show you that he is actually a messenger. Because if I say a messenger, say I don't believe you. He says I'm a messenger, say I don't believe you, right? But if I start flying right now and I bring the moon and come down, and then I say to you, that's not my power, this is God's power, would you then accept that I'm a messenger or not? If I do that right now, you would accept I'm a messenger, is it? Right?
See it, yeah.
Yes, if you see it in front of your eyes, you'd accept. So what Allah does is these messengers and prophets, He sends to different localities, different people, and He equips them with this type of evidence. Something that you and me cannot do. Something that breaks the laws of human beings, the natural laws of what me and you can do. Make sense?
Yeah.
So, in the case of Prophet Muhammad, let me ask you this question. Can human beings know the future? Can we know what is going to happen? Can we know what is going to come? Is that possible for you and me? No. Can we every time say this is going to happen and it happens and no mistakes? We can't do that. So if I told you 1,400 years ago, Prophet Muhammad did that, what would you say? And then he said, this is from God, it's not me. I did not know this. I did not bring this knowledge by myself. He said, I do not know the future. Like you and me, we do not know the future. He says, the Creator is revealing these things to me. Then what would you think about that? Would you think that's enough evidence to accept that he's a messenger of God? To follow him? That's something you can see today, by the way, yeah? Why is too much? Tell me, why is so much?
I don't know. It's just like, I understand it. I understand what he means. Could you give him one example?
I'll give you a few examples. Prophet Muhammad said, you will see the barefoot Bedouin Arabs. You know the Bedouins? Bedouins are Arabs who live in the desert. They have tents, they don't have buildings or civilizations, just goats and cows and camels, that's it, right? So he says you will see those Bedouin Arabs competing in building the tallest buildings in the world. What is the tallest building in the world today? Burj Khalifa in Dubai. Do you know 50 years ago Dubai was a desert? There was no buildings. They were Bedouin Arabs.
There was no buildings.
Do you know why it changed from being Bedouin Arabs, people who have no civilization, into people now who are building the tallest buildings? Why? What happened is they found oil. Start finding the oil, start selling the oil, start getting a lot of money, start building these buildings, right? So Prophet Muhammad said 1,400 years ago, he didn't only say that the Arabs will be competing in building tall buildings. He said that you will discover the earth will puke its treasures. The earth will puke its treasures. And he said money will become abundant within you Arabs. You will have a lot of money. He He said to the extent that you go to the poor person, you want to give him charity, he says to you, you're too late. Someone else already gave me charity. So today, the Arabs have so much money because of oil. The earth is treasures. And the Arabs are competing in building tall buildings. You know, they're competing because even Saudi Arabia today is building a tower higher than Burj Khalifa. It's 1,000 meters. Now, how would he 1,400 years ago know what the earth is? You know, oil is not of value until today. You can use it in cars, you can use it in technology, but in the past it was not of value.
That is true what you're saying. That is impossible to do as a human being.
Right. And Prophet Muhammad made tens of prophecies. I'm just giving you one or two. He's made tens. For example, the countries that are Muslim today, he named them. You know, Prophet Muhammad said in the future, the woman will be taken, her belly will be cut open, and what is inside her belly will be discarded out of fear of having pregnancy. What do we call that today? You can imagine he's saying that 1,400 years ago. Prophet Muhammad is saying the best generations in faith are my people, then the one who come after, then the one who come after. Then he said there will come a people who are entrusted, they're given authority or responsibility, but they're not trustworthy, like what we see today around us. He said obesity will widespread within them. Look at obesity today. You know, in America it's over 50%. And you know, obesity, why is it a new phenomenon? Because of technology. You don't have to move as much as you did have to move. Now there is buses, airplanes, etc. You know, now technology, you can buy stuff when you're sitting in your home. You don't need to move, you don't need to do anything. Fast food, you can eat thousands of calories in a very small bar. You get the point? These things did not exist in the past. So Prophet Muhammad said you will see that in the future, near the end of times, you will see the people who are entrusted, they're not trustworthy, and you will see obesity widespread amongst them. Now my question is, and I can give you many more prophecies, right? Now, this is not the only kind of evidence. There are a lot of other evidences that we have. So the question is, if he was not a messenger of God, could he have done that? Could he have known this information? Could not have known. Especially that everything that he said happened. Nothing he said will happen in this time, and it did happen. Right? So what we say as Muslims, this is what we say. We say Islam is a religion that is based on evidence. It's not just personal opinion and personal, I'm born in this religion, that's why I'm going to follow it. He's born in this religion, that's why he's going to follow it. No. You got people every day become Muslim. Islam is the fastest growing religion in the world. Right? A quarter of the planet today are Muslims, 2 billion people. From every 4 people you meet, and they're increasing, is the fast growing religion in the world. Right? Why? Because when people study it, when they ask for evidence, they get evidence. You know, if you go to other religions, why is the evidence? Just believe, your father believes, this guy died for you, X died for you, just believe. Do you get the point? Islam is not like that. Islam will provide you evidences. It will provide you, it will not leave you with doubt that Prophet Muhammad ﷺ is a messenger. You would have to accept this reality. Now, if Prophet Muhammad is a messenger, and we know that he could not have done this except that he's sent by the Creator, then should we be smart enough to follow him or not? Especially if he gives us warnings. If he says to us, if you obey, you will get rewards. And I'll tell you something, Prophet Muhammad tells us about the afterlife. That if you become a good Muslim and you practice Islam, you will have reward in the afterlife. Now, someone can say, I've not seen the afterlife. I will say to you, when Prophet Muhammad made those predictions, no one saw them too. But today we're seeing them. The afterlife, tomorrow you're going to see it as well when you die. Do you get the point? It is the same paradigm. Just like he told us about these issues and is happening today, he told us about the afterlife. And we will see it when we die. Yeah? So he says to us, there is reward and there is punishment. And what is going to make you, as a human being, content, is going to make you happy, is going to make you have fulfillment in your life, is to obey. To obey the Creator, is to follow the messenger that has been sent to you, is giving you guidance that it makes your life better. We all have anxiety, we all have depression, we all have these times which we're not happy, right? Because we're not connected to the Creator, right? The more you connect to the Creator, the less you would have these issues. The less you would have this anxiety, the less you will have the less you will ask questions. Why am I here? Where am I going to go? What was the purpose of life, right? So all of these questions that you're asking are answered here in the Quran. All of them are given to you. So what do you think? Isn't it a smart thing then to obey and follow the messenger?
It is a smart thing, yeah.
Yes. So what would you do? Would you do the smart thing?
Listen, with evidence, if you get evidence,
then you should follow, isn't it?
To follow them.
Yes. Someone who's sincere, who's rational, would say what you said. Look, you provided me with evidences, I would accept it because you provided me with evidences. So it's not something that I'm saying, it's something that is demonstrated objectively. You get the point?
I get it.
Right. So do you want to become Muslim?
Yes.
No problem. Okay, so it's very easy, very simple. All you have to do is to testify into what I said to you that made sense to you, right? So you testify this all-knowing creator created the world, brought everything into existence, and you testify that Prophet Muhammad is his messenger, right? So if you say after me, I testify, there is nothing worthy of worship. There is nothing worthy of worship.
Is it nothing worthy of worship
Except Allah.
except Allah?
And I testify
I testify
that Prophet Muhammad
Prophet Muhammad
is his messenger
messenger.
and servant.
So,
Now you say the same thing in Arabic. You already said it, but you say the same thing in Arabic, yeah? Say Ashhadu
أشهد
an
أن
la
لا
ilaha
إله
illa
إلا
Allah. Wa ashhadu
أشهد
anna
أن
Muhammadan
محمد
Rasul
رسول
Allah. That's it. Give him a hug, man. Give him a hug, bro. Let me give you a hug too. Let me give you a hug, man. MashaAllah. Let me give you a hug, man. MashaAllah. Let me give you a hug. MashaAllah. Habibi. So, sorry. Give him a hug. Give him back as well. So, what we say as Muslims is Allah chose you today to accept Islam. Why? Allah saw in you sincerity. We don't believe things just happen like this. You get the point? We don't think just things like this. What we believe is that Allah has destined the things that happen every day. So He did not just walk by. Allah destined you to come here today. He wanted you to listen. He wanted you to hear this information. He tested you to see whether you will accept the truth or you're not going to accept the truth, right? I'll tell you, so many people, they listen, they accept it, they hear the truth. Does it make sense? It makes sense. Do you want to accept now? Why? It makes sense to you, right? Because the life is more important to them. The worldly things are more important to them. You get the point? Drugs, alcohol, women, all of these issues that they might in the future need to leave, they don't want to leave. You get the point? Or maybe thinking that I will have to do this, I will have to do that. You just live your life, man. But I did not create myself. I did not bring myself here. And I don't control when I die. So if I do follow your advice and I just live my life and follow anything like this, and then I happen to die, are you going to protect me from the Creator? Are you going to stop the fact, the truth, that this is a reality from God? You know, I can pretend the building doesn't exist. The building does exist, isn't it? Doesn't matter what I think because the facts are there. The evidences are there. The truth is there. You get the point, right? So what we say is from now on, mashallah, you have a Muslim friend already. What we say from now on is take things step by step. Don't push things too much. So I'll give you the Quran. I want you to read the Quran. Take your time reading the Quran. And then your friend maybe will help you as well how to pray. And this is the only thing you need to focus on. To read the Quran and to learn how to pray. Right? Because reading the Quran, you'll understand more what Islam teaches. Right? Why does it make sense? What is going to happen to me when I die? Is the purpose in this life? It will answer all the questions that you have throughout reading it, right? And in the same time, you'll have people around you. If you have any questions, you're welcome to come back. I'll take your contact information as well. Yeah, I'll take you to the mosque one time, inshallah. I'll take your contact information. If you need anything, but I'll tell you this, right? You've done the right thing. Why have you done the right thing? Because you did it for Allah. You did it for the Creator, right? And if I was just lying to you and telling you some nonsense, tomorrow you say, okay, I'm not going to accept this, isn't it? So if someone is not telling you the truth, tomorrow you're not going to follow. But if I'm doing that, then I'm the stupid one. You get the point? Because I know tomorrow you're going to leave. What's the point? But the point is, I know this is the truth. I know this is from the Creator. So give me your phone number. I'll give you my contact information. I'll give you a video as well to watch, inshallah. Yeah?